Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be reviewing 256 PSP games, or 250 gigabytes worth of PSP games and PS1 games. And this PS Vita that I have here is a customer of mine that sent this in so I could get it jailbroken and add all sorts of fun stuff to it. Basically all the awesome homebrew that involves the PS Vita, and I'm so happy on the turnout of this PS Vita, and I love this colorway. I've never seen a PS Vita that's black with the blue buttons. I've always just seen the full black with the blue, the full black on the front with the blue on the back. And this is a PS Vita 2000 Slim version. And this is a beautiful console. And there is somewhat of a glare because of the awesome protective screen on here. So I do apologize for that. And we're going to just look at how much does 250 gigabytes worth of games look like on the PS Vita. So let's get into it. These are all the PSP games that I was able to copy over, which in total time to copy 250 gigabytes worth of PSP and PS1 games took over 9 hours to copy on the SD card. That was huge. So let's look at what we got here. And most of these were coming off of no pay station. And RetroFlow here was able to get mostly 99% of the game's artwork, and it looks beautiful. Looks awesome. And this is a service that I provide for my viewers, customers off of Etsy who are interested in getting their system completely jailbroken and well taken care of by someone who actually loves doing this stuff. And it's a privilege to be doing stuff like this and just providing that awesome nostalgia and an awesome setup for a customer, a viewer of mine. And it's so much fun doing this. And I have taken a lot of hours just to compile this list of games. And not only that, but there's quite a few other ROMs and stuff that I added to it. And I'll continue to add more here because the customer is in no hurry. So I'll be adding as much as I can. But please keep in mind that even a 512 gigabyte card is just not enough. And for myself, I'm already maxed out on my 512 gigabyte card on my main PS Vita, which I've yet to showcase here on the channel. And I'm looking to upgrade to a 1.5 terabyte on the PS Vita because I have way too many games that I'd like to have on the PS Vita. And I want my PS Vita to exclusively play the PSP, PS1, and PS Vita games. And you can see how many different games we have here. It's just all across the board. And they'll have endless hours of fun through all of these different games that will work no problem off of the PS Vita. And most of these games, these PSP games, are ISO format, which work perfectly with the PS Vita. And if you are going through RetroFlow, there is an additional application, which I'll show you here real quick. So it's called the RetroFlow Adrenaline, and it just starts the game right away and boots up into it through Adrenaline, which is awesome. And you don't have to really necessarily go through Adrenaline and start up that whole OS to run the games. You can just run them straight through here. And I love this setup so much. And I got done with mine. It took so many hours to get my PS Vita up to date. But yeah, a lot of cool games here. And not only that, but most of these games are coming from the US region. There's still plenty of awesome import games from Japan and Europe that I haven't even added to. So I'm looking at maybe close to 400 gigabytes when I'm all said and done here with adding different PSP games to the collection. And I do have no PlayStation set up on my desktop, so I can just start grabbing all of these, compiling a huge list, and just copying them over. There's Third Birthday, awesome game. But yeah, this just so many, 256 games. It is insane. And most of these games are from 250 megabytes all the way up to almost a gig, depending on what you're talking about. 150, 250, 300, 700, 800 gigabytes. I don't think there is a PSP game that is close to a gigabyte, I don't think, from my understanding. But this is a very impressive collection of games. And right at the end, I started to add some Japanese games to it. But again, there's just so many to go through, and who knows what else is there, as far as like PS1 goes. So now let's take a look at the PS1 games. And there's a total of 99 games on here. And some of the more classic, we have Biohazard, which is a Resident Evil import from Japan, which I thought would be pretty cool since this customer is a big Resident Evil fan. I thought, why not add some awesome nostalgia and have the Japanese version of Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 on here. All the Crash Bandicoot, and there was this one Crash Bandicoot game that was in Japanese that I thought that was kind of interesting. Probably towards the end. Darkstalkers, a lot of awesome classic PS1 games. They're so memorable. Final Fantasy. These have the same artwork, so that's a little screwed up. But yeah, if you are interested in doing something like this to your PS Vita, I do provide that service down in the description below through my Etsy store. I love this right here. Namco. So awesome. And I know a lot of people say that it's expensive, but you have to consider the time and effort that it takes to get all of this stuff set up. This is just scratching the surface as far as like what I do to your PS Vita. There's so much that goes into it, setting up plugins, ports, apps, making sure everything is running up to speed, emulators, and it just takes a lot of time. And all you have to do is just wait, get sent back to you, you turn it on, and you can start playing right away. So yeah, this was an interesting game that I saw on the Japanese list, and curious to see how this one works. So let's give this a go, and you'll see how well these two applications work together. It does take a little bit of time, and there you go. It goes straight into the PlayStation logo. Took like 20-30 seconds for it to go in there, I guess. But if you press the home button, you will have the Adrenaline menu. So RetroFlow does not actually run the games. It just partners up with Adrenaline and runs it for you. So you do have to have Adrenaline set up on your console in order for this to work, which I will provide. No problem. But yeah, I want to see what this is all about. I've never seen this Japanese game before. And let's actually turn up the audio. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. So I guess this is Crash Bash, the Japanese version. Yeah, it is. So who do we have? Let's do Coco. So this is just Japanese version of Crash Bash. Oops, sorry guys. Yeah, it's definitely Crash Bash. Yep. And look at that, it's running smooth. So there you have it, guys. That is what 256 gigabytes worth of PS1 and PSP games look like on the PS Vita. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this. I had a lot of fun doing this setup for this customer, and there's yet so much more that I have to do as far as like adding more ROMs and emulators and apps to it. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.